Listen to Folkin' Around on KASC Blaze Radio 1330 AM. I got some awesome guys in the studio today. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Oh, you have to say your name, what instrument you play, and then your ideal concert. So it could be like any fictional place or band, or get creative. It's just, yes.
Wow, that's a tall order for the first
I know.
time.
We mean business here at Folkin' Around.
Well, howdy, I'm Pat.
Hi, Pat.
I play guitar and I sing. And my ideal concert would probably be seeing the original lineup of Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Really? Ooh.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
Because then, the atmosphere is, doubly awesomely Southern.
Yeah, very Southern.
And I'm from the South.
In case you couldn't tell by the accent, anyway.
All right, I'm Felix Herbst.
Felix.
I play the violin and do a little bit of backup vocals. And I would have to say Queen. And I would see them, not a fictional place, I would see them in Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado because it's super cool. I still haven't been there, but it is just crazy.
I know, I haven't been to Colorado either, but I heard it's absolutely
Queen
beautiful.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
All my Coloradian friends just rant about it and
it's so cool.
Coloradian.
Yeah.
Is that a real term?
Can it be?
It can be.
It will be.
We make terms up here a lot when we're not sure.
I've been to Red Rocks, and it is beautiful. So
oh, yeah. That's the best.
It's an amazing venue.
Okay.
Right.
I just want to interject. I'll be gone.
No, you can stay. You can hang out.
Come stay.
Can I?
Yeah, you're
Please,
with the other
please.
co-hosts, so
Okay.
hang out with us. So we're gonna have a very serious interview. We're gonna cover very serious topics that are in
Good.
headlines.
Uh-oh.
We don't make jokes.
No, of course not. Starting with a would you rather question. Dun dun dun. I asked this earlier, but for the folks listening at home, you can partake in this session. Would you rather drink alcohol and get super duper smart, or smoke cigarettes and have super healthy lungs? And you have to defend your answer, and you also have 30 seconds to respond. Patrick, you're first.
Wow, geez.
One.
I would probably do the smoking one just because, my lungs suck. I can run a mile, but it takes me way longer than it should. And I just, have always wanted healthy lungs. Plus, I feel like I'm kind of smart already. So, it's not much more alcohol could do.
What about you, Felix?
All right, I feel like I'm kind of dumb already, so I would definitely go with the drinking thing. I just I don't know. I don't really smoke, so I feel like maybe the other route would be the way to go. Also, I did do cross country in high school, so whereas Pat has the brains, I already have the lungs.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna take what you don't have.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's why we play together, really. It's
Right.
the only
Why-
reason.
Compliment.
Physical
each other.
compliments, that's it.
Great.
Can I follow up Would You Rather with my own Would You Rather?
Yes, please do.
Please.
So this is a question we ask every band that comes on our show. Would you rather die skydiving or bungee jumping, and why?
Skydiving or bungee jumping?
You have 10 seconds this time to answer and defend.
Oh, skydiving for sure. Because, there's so many cool things that I've always said I want to do while skydiving that I would, I'd have no reason not to do them. I'm about to die, right?
That's 10 seconds. No, I'm kidding. Continue.
Oh, wow, I was even paying attention. Well, I've always wanted to, I don't know, skydive naked. I could.
You could do that.
Take off your clothes on the way down.
Yeah, take off your clothes on the way
You know, it's
down.
true.
I've always wanted to, light a cigarette or something while I'm skydiving.
I feel like that'd
Make
be-
your lungs stronger on the way
That's
down.
yeah, that's symbolic. That's poetic.
I feel like it'd be very difficult to light a cigarette while skydiving.
It really would.
I've got nothing
That's
but perseverance to try.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna
figure
die.
out a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping for sure.
Really?
Because one, I feel like I haven't been skydiving yet. I still want to do that soon, so I wouldn't want to die very soon. And secondly, I feel like with skydiving, it's once your parachute doesn't deploy or your safety doesn't deploy, you're gone. Whereas with bungee jumping, up and down a couple times, and if it snaps, it's over in 10 seconds. You don't have
Okay,
that
so less
whole-
anticipation. With...
Yeah. it's
Okay,
just-
that's a good defense.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's funny is 95% of people who we interview say skydiving.
Yeah.
You're in the
I said
nice-
skydiving
I'm
too.
special.
You are special.
Special. That's a nice way of putting it.
All right. Great. Moving on to round
Fantastic.
2.
We're gonna
Why don't we talk about how you guys conceived this beautiful project? How did you guys meet?
So we both ended up kind of on the same floor last year in our dorm at ASU. We were both
Cute.
in the in the honors college, and we both ended up being kind of like artsy majors. I eventually switched. He stuck it out. And
Well, what was your original major?
I was a digital culture major. And I don't know if you know what that is, but that's like basically like a fancier way of saying I was an art major. And yeah, you know, I walked by our practice lounge. Our floor is like it was pretty dope. It had like a lounge in it, and it was
a piano in it.
Oh, the Herberger. Yeah.
Yeah, and I walked by the lounge, and he's playing like this like piece that I know on the violin, and I was like, "Whoa, yo, do you know this one piece?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm playing it. Like, of course I know it." Like, what are you, stupid?
I don't think I said any of that, but if Pat wants to think of it that way.
That's kind of what I took it as. But yeah, anyways, yeah, after that I was like, we should jam sometime. And then we did. And then we kept doing it.
That's adorable.
That's
Occasionally.
super cute.
Yeah.
What's your version of the story, Felix?
So I remember I was practicing and Pat came in and mentioned the piece. I just thought it was cool that someone knew what it was. And especially because I didn't know that he knew anything about violin playing, but he like used to play and stuff. So that was a surprise to me. I don't think I called him stupid. I don't remember doing that.
Not yet. It took like 3 more meetings, and then he just
our
out with
relationship sort of evolved into just outright hating each other later on.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just made some more music. We played Chop Shop, I think, pretty early on.
Pretty early in the year, yeah.
And it like we'll do it once every couple months. We say we're going to do it every week, and then usually I have like stuff going on,
or I've got stuff going on.
Something at the same time. So, but yeah, it's just sort of like now that we don't live near each other, we still have to hang out sometimes because we work together on a couple projects, even non-musical ones. So yeah,
nice.
It's been good.
That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing.
Welcome.
Okay. What was I was gonna ask a question after that. What was it? Zach, do you have any questions?
I'm good for right now. I'm going to think about it.
Okay. I got you. So let's talk about influences. So when I heard you guys, because I went to your open mic at the Chop Shop, which is located on University in Tempe, for those of you who aren't aware. It's a hip little place. Go check it out. I heard so many different like snippets of genres, and I don't know where to place you guys on the map of music. I heard some blues, I heard some country, I heard some folk, I heard some pop, even some rap a little bit going on up in there. Right. So can you guys talk about your influences and maybe how you guys differ from each other and how you complement each other?
Yeah. So
it's like 3 questions.
I don't know. I think genres are kind of overrated. It like sounds kind of pretentious to say, but I feel like listened to so much music in the last like couple of years that just like I feel like doesn't fit into any specific thing. And like in any sort of genre, you can find really good stuff and really bad stuff. I know just because of our setup, like guitar, vocals, and violin, like just adding the violin kind of pushes it in a sort of folky direction because that's like what the instrument works really well for.
Yeah.
But I love doing like the weird stuff on violin too. I'm part of this other group where we do like a lot of hip hop and so on, and obviously violin's not the first thing you think of when you think hip hop. It's more like DJs and stuff. But yeah, that can be really fun. So I'd say part of just what influences us is like that we don't think of ourselves as like a very defined genre.
Right.
Like we always like taking whatever songs we can. Like Wednesday we covered Grapevine by Marvin Gaye, but more in like a slow jazzy style. But we also did a song that was originally by Blackstreet and Dr. Dre, which we'll probably play later today. And yeah, I could say like maybe progressive soul, folk, punk pop. Maybe
I would agree for the most part. I mean, like I grew up like in Texas, right? And since I grew up in Texas, you got all that country music and that influence. But my mother, she's actually from Mexico, right? So you got like a bunch of like Latino stuff, some Spanish rock, all that stuff. And so like that, all these things. And plus my parents were like, in the 90s, they had like so many CDs that they let me look at when I was a kid growing up. And so I've like listened to everything, and I agree with Felix wholeheartedly when he says that you can take something good from every single type of music. It's just finding what that good stuff is and then interpreting it the way you can. You know?
Absolutely.
Trying to make your own sound from it. At the heart of it all, there's some soul there. Like soul is probably the best kind of music to listen to recurringly if you want to try and express yourself, because every time I hear like Otis Redding or like a Sam Cooke or like something, anything like that, Aretha Franklin, they're singing their souls. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
there's something primal inside them is going, and I try to do that whenever I sing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I sound like an animal bat.
Yeah, sometimes I sound
I
like
feel
a
that.
cat that died, but it's okay because the point is that you try and that you spread the gift of music, and that's what we try to do every time we play.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and what was the other thing you said? Like we're progressive.
How you guys him or me?
Or you? Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. Maybe how you guys differ in terms of maybe your musical approaches or styles or backgrounds, and how you guys complement each other, or don't.
So like I kind of think that I'm very like rough when I sing and play and stuff, and like Felix is more like debonair, you know, like he's really suave. He comes in with the violin lines, just like hey, you know, we're not all bad over here, and it really works because like you said, you know, the violin's originally a classical instrument. It has like this kind of like weird intellectual property about it, whereas like, you know, a lot of people play guitar. It's typically seen as like a backwood kind of instrument sometimes, you know, and those two things kind of they mix when we play, and hopefully it sounds good. I mean, I don't know. I think it sounds all right.
I mean, I came to your open mic. I'm like, yeah, they'll be pretty good. Like, they'll be good. And then I was like, wow, you guys are actually like really good. So
you.
now you're
Thank you
here.
for coming out, you know, like
Appreciate it. Yeah.
anybody coming out there is great. We usually get like some fans who sit out there and like are ordering like really expensive coffee, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are great!" And we've been there so many times. I've seen the same people, and they're like, "Oh, wait, we've never seen them. Oh, you guys are great."
You guys
And I'm
have
like,
fans now. Maybe they go just to see you.
Just every couple months.
Do you
they
guys
come
have
by.
groupies?
Well, not
many.
exactly groupies. More like the same, like 4 girls that eat at the same table at that place.
I think they're more chop shop groupies.
Prop
than
shop
they
groupies,
are
exactly.
us groupies.
Yeah, if
We're just going to go on a huge
Pale
ego trip right
groupies.
now.
if we serve food at all of our performances, we'd have groupies, but we're not there yet.
Almost. You're almost there. You're so close. But it's cool you talk about that you can exist outside of certain boxes or certain genres. This isn't my interview, but I just want to throw this out there. If you have time, go on YouTube and look up TED Talk by Mark Ronson. The name might be familiar to you.
Oh,
He produced.
yeah, no, I think I heard
seen
that.
Yeah,
Yes, TED
he's a
Talk.
huge producer. He produced albums like Back to Black from Amy Winehouse to Uptown Funk,
Yeah,
featuring
yeah.
Bruno Mars, and he has a background in like hip hop, like old school hip hop, and like EDM and like production.
Oh yeah.
I saw him in Berlin last year.
No way.
Like last summer, I was there and visiting family, and he did like a set. It was like this music festival was going on. It was him and then this other electronic producer, Hudson Mohawk, and then I think it was Earl Sweatshirt, the rapper, was there earlier too. But yeah, Mark Ronson stuff is really cool because again, he's not just like EDM or
Right.
not just hip hop.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's another thing that you just mentioned right there. Like you've been to Germany, right? And like they got like their own flair for music over there. Am I right? And like that's another awesome thing that like I think kind of started us playing together. Is just like it doesn't matter where our backgrounds were from,
Right.
because music is the universal language at the end of the day. And so like you can go somewhere other side of the world and just get influenced by them, influence them a little bit. It's a give and take, and
Yeah.
it's always
Absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
It's too deep.
Breaking
for
the
me,
deep
Pat.
stuff.
I've thought long and hard about this for like
No,
many
it's good.
hours
No, I
awake.
feel you.
Oh, for sure.
I can't sleep because of finals and stuff.
I think
Tell me about it.
I think this is the most profound interview we've had.
I know, seriously. Usually we
Thanks
just get
to me.
punks and they're like,
Like the last band we had, it was like, yeah, we like smoke weed and stuff. And like,
Well, I mean, sure, that can help the creative process, but at the end of the day, you got to remember what it's all about.
You got to
Yeah.
remember is that
you gotta remember.
That's the hard part, right?
That's awesome. Great, guys.
I think this is the most maybe mature interview we've had.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
Usually we have like street punk kids who smell like they just like they've been. In
They
the
own it, though. I mean,
I know it's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like,
I mean, your listeners don't know they smell that way. Well, not until now.
we usually, I think we usually point it out during the interview. Like,
Like,
yeah.
hey,
No, they pointed out. They're like,
they're
oh, so do you like our
how-
smell right now?
how long's it been since you showered? About 10
Opener
days.
question.
wow. Well, we've hit that milestone, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask an evil question right now.
Please do.
If you're stranded on an island and you can only have one album with you, one album,
Jesus.
and don't say like, oh, Mr. Max, Mr. Playlist with like a million songs on it.
Jesus.
Don't be that guy.
Fleetwood Mac Rumors all the way.
Really?
It's so good.
You gotta
Fleetwood
defend
Mac,
that.
I'm in love with Fleetwood Mac, and that album has like so many of just my all-time favorites by them. I don't know. I would say it's between that and this band I'm obsessed with called Punch Brothers. They do they're like a 5-piece. They're a bluegrass setup. They have like mandolin, guitar, upright bass, violin, and banjo. But they do the most like genius written music I've ever heard. The writer Chris Thiele, he's one of I think the world's greatest musicians. So it would be that, because that just blows my mind every time. But as far as like ease of listening and just like loving the songs themselves, Fleetwood Mac definitely. I don't know. I don't know what it is about that, but some songs from that, like The Chain or Never Going Back Again, just like get me there.
I hear that. I hear that. I'll snap for that. What about you, Pat?
I'm okay. So I'm kind of torn. Like that entire time you're thinking, I can't decide. Since you said 2, I think I'll say 2. It'd have to be one of these. Like I'd probably die choosing one because I love them both so much. I think one of them would have to be Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood. That man literally like changed my life when I first heard him, because my dad, we were driving from Arizona to Texas, right? And he puts on this CD and he's just like, hey, I listened to this guy live 3 times, son. You should be learning guitar. You should like hear him. And I was just blown away by like everything. The dude's intensity, the dude's passion when he played, the way he sounded like he was going to die every time he sang. It was crazy. I was like, wow. So that's one of my favorites. I could listen to that whole thing back to back every time. The other one that I didn't listen to, 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 I did Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. You listen to that,
Honey, yes.
You listen to that, and you can do anything. You can get like, you can fall asleep to that album. You can get high to that album.
That's
you
true.
You can like do other things, intimate things to that album. Like you can do whatever you want to that album, and it's so great. And
Patrick,
Blaze Radio does not promote drug use.
Sleep,
Yeah,
Blaze,
No.
and
you can do whatever you
the
want
name.
to Marvin Gaye's music, and he was just another one of those people that every time he sang, he tried very hard.
Amen to that. It's hard to follow that
what about
up.
you?
Oh, no.
No,
No, don't ask.
Oh, I got mine.
Okay, go for it.
Nirvana Unplugged.
Really?
Ooh, oh
also
God,
solid.
Like the MTV,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
MTV,
Nirvana
yeah.
Unplugged.
I know what you're talking about.
Zach, I love you, man.
I know. I love
Wait,
you
is
too,
yours
Patrick.
embarrassing, or why don't you?
No,
wanna
I don't
share?
know. I
Oh.
just I
It's
haven't
not-
thought about that.
It's not Ice Cube's like 1986
That's true.
album.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a contender. I don't know. Maybe
Beyonce?
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Which one of those had no Vaseline?
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
feel like
don't
that's
actually
your
know.
favorite Ice Cube song, and I've never even asked you this question.
Desert
I feel like
Island
that's what it
song.
is.
No, today was a
Possible.
good day. Obviously, that's my favorite Ice Cube.
What's the album with Go to Church?
Oh, yeah.
I just know the cover art. I don't actually know the name.
Isn't it called Go to Church?
Maybe.
I feel like that's what it's called, but wait, no.
He just has an intense look on his face.
Yeah, and he's just like looking down.
Yeah.
You're the one.
When we come back from the break, we will disclose that information. But yeah, either like a hardcore rap album or
Some Public Enemy, NWA.
I'd say Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's like my childhood
Ooh,
band.
Like By the Way, or
That's a good one.
Californication?
By the way, Stadium Arcadium actually,
Ooh,
which is
yeah.
newer, but I still love it.
No, it's probably the best.
We have to play Catholic schoolgirls during the break.
I don't
It's
know.
old
I'm a
school.
By the Way fan, Pat.
No, well, I'm a Stadium Arcadium.
Again,
fan,
we
Felix.
can't be the same. It's just like
Stadium Arcadium because it also
We
has
have
2
to keep-
discs, so it's like a big
True,
album.
that's true,
We
that's
have to
true.
keep
Yeah.
disagreeing. That's the only way we
Yeah,
maintain
yeah,
our
of course.
friendship.
friendship. Yes.
So different question.
Mm-hmm.
What one album would kind of don't say your own album, like what one album would embody your artistic integrity, for lack of a better word? Actually, it's pretty good. I'm gonna keep that artistic integrity as a duo. You have to agree. This is compromise time. You have to agree on one.
That's a tough.
There have been a lot of good duos.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like a duo, right? It's just be like a style.
A style?
of
Yeah.
What?
Life of Pablo.
The first track.
The remix.
Please no.
Yes.
We are no trapping.
Like, okay, so we both really like poppy folky stuff. If
Okay.
you had to go
You're
with,
in the
like,
right place.
You had to go with like one album from there. Something Nickel Creek probably. You know?
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah,
Nickelback. I'm like, don't you
No.
dare finish
Yeah,
that.
Nickelback.
Like Chris Thiele, dude.
We would just
like,
stop the
I mean,
interview
That's
right now
true,
and be like,
honestly, Nickel Creek's up there just because they have that. That's again the
Or
same
like,
guy.
or like
was
maybe
talking about
like
from
a Fleet
Brothers.
Foxes kind of deal. You know?
okay.
Yeah.
I
I
feel.
could see that. Maybe
Go deeper. There's got to be something like
Yeah.
on a like in like.
Think,
on a-
think soul, because you're
Yeah.
talking about soul earlier. I think everyone can
Right.
connect on the soul train.
what if do you know Ben L'Oncle Soul, the French dude?
Oh yeah, he does
There's
that
that Seven
sick
Nation
cover of
Army,
Seven Nation Army.
which we should learn.
We should, right?
But I don't know that. I don't even know the rest of the album.
I think that on like a really deep level, one of the first songs we jammed to, I think, was "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay."
Yeah.
All right,
And
all
the
right.
Dock of the Bay is like
Watching
such a good album. Like that album
True.
is like about like a journey, and
Uh-huh.
we kind of view this whole like experiment as like a journey,
Yeah.
So, and plus he like talks about sitting in some dock in San Francisco. You're from the Bay Area, like it all makes sense at the end of the day.
Pat
It all
always
comes together.
Wants to bring up my NorCal roots because he says I enjoy them too much.
Oh
and
man!
make fun of me for them. So I wasn't gonna mention anything.
Hey, this
today
is. Do you
about
want to
this,
know like our real first like encounter? Like how
Yes.
it says like, "Hey, bro, you from NorCal, bro? No, bro, NorCal. And then
And
I
I
said,
said hella NorCal.
hella NorCal, yeah. And I was like, nice to meet you. I'm Pat. And he's just like, yeah, whatever, NorCal. Like that
Yep.
was
That's how
really
I talk.
how we
If
met.
You if you couldn't tell yet, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay, I guys have one last question for you guys. Normally I'm like, what's your dog? What's your dog breed? Which we could get, that's a good question too. Actually, we'll end on that question, but before that, you guys are like, you're not afraid to get a little deep with us today. So I just kind of want to talk about transparency and putting yourself in music instead of displaying an act or a persona through music. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're kind of picking up what I'm putting down. So
Yeah,
how much of
I feel
yourself do you really put into your music, and how much of it also is for an artistic purpose or sense? Could you describe maybe some lyrics or like?
Well, I definitely feel like when you play music, it should be for a combination, right? You need to feel like you're satisfied with like whatever you're performing, but you should also, like it's a gift, It's not just something that you take, it's also something you give. So you got to definitely make sure that like whoever you're playing it for is also satisfied, because I mean, like, yeah, people can just say like, oh, I make this music for me. And I'm like, well, then why share it with anybody ever, How would you spread it? How would you spread the joy that is music? And so I think that when you write music, we've had like a few songs that you got to write. You can't be afraid to make it relatable, even if it means like you got to just be like, oh, she left me or something like that, like yeah, that's a pretty common one. I think it's a cliche one. I've only like used something similar to that one time in a song, and that was like, oh man, this is way too cliche. I felt like it was garbage, but it ended up being a decent song, I think. But yeah, you can't be afraid to like put yourself out there. Just make sure that you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I feel you on the comfort thing, because I think it's not like about staying in your comfort zone, but it's if you're doing something musically that isn't you, I feel like that always comes out in the long run. Like I have the most fun like
when
doing music
with
and
Pat,
with
right?
everything. It just like jamming with people in general. Pat's up there, but just in general, making music with people in like a really organic setting. And again, when it doesn't have to be for anyone but the people you're jamming with, but that's sort of where I just like feel the most at home. And in that sort of setting, musically, like what you do, it's especially just because most of like a lot of what we do is just improvise. Like a lot of what I do on songs, I don't like learn the whole song. I just like I hear the chord changes and I like play, and that's sort of like a vulnerable state for me, because like if I put out something that like I don't think is that great, or like if in the spur of the moment anything can happen. So like if I mess up, that's fine. Learn from it. But I just think like the capacity to improvise and like to be comfortable with that is important. As far as like writing goes, I don't write as much as I would like to. I've at least like not singer-songwriter, like verbal or like vocal stuff. I've written one song, I think, that I basically just only completed ever one song, and I wrote it just like I had one day where I was just like inspired and like finished a whole song, and that was like 3 years ago. And that's
Isn't that
just
like the best feeling?
Right? No, it was great, and it was also like it's probably super cliche. It was just me on my mandolin and voice, and it was called Let's Grow Old Together, and it was like a love song, and I was in love at the time, and it was wonderful. But again, that was like a very honest song for me. Like I was just saying what I'm feeling, and even if it sounds like a bit cliche, like that's just what it is.
Right. Great answers, guys. Well, we're gonna take a little break, And when we come back, we have some great music from Pat and Felix. So you're listening to Folkin' Around on KSC Blaze Radio, 1330 AM. Stay tuned, guys. We got some great tunes. Maybe some little Black Street come up. I don't know. It's a surprise. Peace.
Thank you.
And we're back to Folkin' Around. Hopefully you enjoyed our little break with Mr. Ice Cube. We've got Pat and Felix in the house, and we just got back from a lovely interview, which you missed. You can log on to our YouTube channel. It should be uploaded there in a couple days. But they're going to play some songs for us because they're generous. Thank you, gentlemen. So we're going to listen to first, guys.
Well, we're really into this guy by the name of Hosier. He's pretty big with the young.
He's pretty, low-key, underground indie.
Right.
Probably haven't heard of him.
No, Hosier's great. But, we listened to this one song on his album one time. We were like, oh, that sounds really cool with violin and guitar. And it's called Work Song. Okay. So we're going to play a little version of it right now.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Boys working on empty. Is that the kind of way to face the burning heat? I just think about my baby. I'm so full of love I can barely eat. There's nothing sweeter than my baby. She never wants from the cherry tree. My baby's sweet as can be. She gives me toothaches from kissing me. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave can hold my body down. I crawl home to her. That's when my baby found me. And I was 3 days on this drunken sin. I woke with the walls around me. Nothing in my room but my empty crib. Well, I was burning up a fever. She put her love down soft and sweet. And I swear I thought I dreamed her. Heaven and hell were words to me. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave can hold my body down. I crawl home to her. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave can hold my body down. I crawl home to her. That's when my baby found me. I was 3 days on this drunken sin. I woke with the walls around me. Nothing in my room but an empty crib. I was burning up a fever. Didn't care much how long I lived. But I swear I thought I dreamed her. Never asked me once about the wrong I did. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave will hold my body down. I crawl home to her. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave will hold my body down. I crawl home to her.
awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
That was really pretty. You guys want to play another one?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We said we'd play some Blackstreet earlier, didn't we? Well,
Yes, we did.
This is one of our-
And I'm glad you guys are staying true to your promise. So.
This is one of our favorite ones to play. This one's called No Diggity.
No doubt.
Shorty, get down, good lord. Baby's got an open all over town. Strictly biz, you don't play around. Cover much ground, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. Street play way, can't get it out of my mind.
Wow.
Think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, got no surprise. She got drinks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, long as she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. Can I get in? Wanna get down so I can. I like the way you work it.
No diggity.
Got to bag it up.
Back it up.
I like the way you work it.
No diggity.
Got to bag it up.
Back it up.
I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up.
Back it up.
I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up.
She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Shorty never act wild, she's very low-key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no, let me show you how this goes. Curves the word, spins the verb, lovers it curves, so freak what you heard. Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You've got to pay to play, just so shorty bang bang can look your way. I like the way you work it, trunk tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, maybe I can get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Got to bag it up. Back it up,
I like the way you work it.
no diggity.
Got to bag it up.
I like the way you work it,
No diggity. Got to bag it up.
back it up,
I like the way you work it.
no diggity.
Got to bag it up.
Back it up, girl. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up now. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, no diggity.
Yeah,
I like the way you work it, no diggity. Got to back it up. Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh.
That girl looks good.
Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Lay on, lay on, lay on.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Shawty looking so fine all the time.
Hey yo, hey yo,
Hey oh, hey oh, yeah. Like the way you work it,
no diggity.
got to back it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity.
Got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Got to bag it up.
Yay! Crushing it, gentlemen. We have time for one more if you want to play one. If not, we can conclude our session.
I'm down for one.
I'm down.
Encore!
If you guys will have us,
Excellent.
thank you so much.
This is one that we I forget like who even came up with this, but we found this really cool cover of it by a band, Punch Brothers, I mentioned earlier, which is awesome, and they have like a violinist who just kills it. So I really wanted to try to play it, and it's Just What I Needed by the Cars. And the first time like we played it together, it was already like just our favorite, and it's so fun to play. And so yeah, thanks for listening. We'll have fun on this one.
Thank you. Here
All
we go.
right, take it away.
I don't mind you coming here, wasting all my time. When you're standing oh so near, I kinda lose my mind, yeah. It's not the perfume that you wear, it's not the ribbons in your hair. I don't mind you coming here and wasting all my time. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. It doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep, yeah. You always know to wear it well. You look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and talking in your sleep. What I needed, I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I needed, I needed someone to please. I don't mind you hanging out, talking in your sleep. It doesn't matter where you've been, as long as it was deep, yeah. You always know to wear it well. You look so fancy, I can tell. I don't mind you hanging out and wasting all my time. Here we go. I guess you're just what I needed, I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I needed, I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I needed, I needed someone to please. I guess you're just what I needed, I needed someone to please. So bleed me. You're just what I needed, just what I needed, yeah, 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 yeah.
That was ridiculous. Like, go home. And I'm serious. Like, go home. Because we're done.
You're serious?
No. I mean, I am, but, like, playfully. So, great job, guys. That was
Thanks
great.
so much for having us on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
You'll have to come back. Hopefully, if you get renewed for next semester. We never really know. So, yeah. A lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had a good time.
Oh, we did.
Hopefully
Thank y'all for
your
having us,
listeners
really.
had a good time, even though baseball sort of threw us off. But that's okay. We roll with the punches.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. So you just listened to Pat and Felix. I'll put all their links on Facebook for whatever websites or Facebook pages they have. I'm not even sure
The
yet.
ones we definitely do have.
They definitely have.
Yes.
And if they don't right now, they will probably by tomorrow at midnight. You can most likely see them at the Chop Shop on Wednesday night open mics. So if you stop by there, you might actually see them. And thanks for listening again. This was Folkin' Around on KSC Blaze Radio 1330 AM. Zach, any final comments?
I also just wanted to say tune in to our Facebook page to see live footage of Pat and Felix performing. That'll be uploaded tonight, so check that out.
Yeah, be sure to check that out. Probably about an hour and a half, I would say.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, that's it. Remember to keep mixing it up. Intertextuality with music is a thing. And skydiving or bungee jumping, it's your life, it's your call. That's it from us.
Also, quick update.
Oh, yeah.
possibly next week, look out for an interview with Mars Odetta, Andy Warpigs, and Indy Princess, who want to come in possibly to do a show.
Heck yeah, that's our season finale, so that'd be perfect.
They're working on a project together, and I interviewed them for another thing, but they were interested in being on Folk and Around again.
Yeah.
Andy Warpigs being a veteran, but they all want to come on. So
that sounds great. It'll be our last little mini festival in studio for our end of the season.
Perfect.
Show.
Best show.
But due attention to Pat and Felix. Thanks again, guys, for coming in. Y'all have a safe Friday night. Safe but fun. It's possible.
Thanks, Mom.
And you're welcome. And Blackstreet is Jesus. Thanks for listening.
Amen.